This film makes me really hope that I will never have to be in a war-esque situation, or much less be captured by the enemy, because that's some scary shit right there. Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my white room. Now today I'm going to be talking about the film Unbroken. This is a war film, also a biopic about Louis Zamperini. He was an Olympic athlete as well as a POW of World War II. And so this is his story, so that's what I'm going to be talking about for this film. This film was directed by Angelina Jolie. As far as I know, this is her first directing debut, and it goes off marvelously. I saw really no issues with the film in terms of directing style. I thought it was done in a very good fashion, and I enjoyed it rather a lot, honestly. Jack O'Connell plays the lead character, Louis. He does a really nice job in this role. I haven't seen him in anything before this, so he was a very fresh face to me, and I really liked that. His performance is really, really good, and I thought it captured the essence of the character that Jolie was going for when she did the movie. Domhnall Gleeson plays Phil. This is Louis's friend during the war and one of his fellow POWs, and he is a very significant character for about the first half of the film. And so it's really cool to see his portrayal and just see the differences between these two individuals. Takamasa Ishihara plays the commander of the Japanese POW camp that Louis and Phil end up in, and he is nicknamed the Bird, and so that's what I'm going to call him because I don't want to butcher that character's name. And he probably does one of the best portrayals in this film because he is a dick. His character is just an asshole in almost every respect, but it's important to remember these people had to, or else they would likely be replaced and possibly killed if they did not do what they needed to do and make these prisoners work as much as they did during this time. So it's kind of interesting having a historical perspective for me personally on this, because you know kind of more or less why these certain people are doing what they're doing. So the film kind of goes into three stages. First we see his childhood and his time building up into the Olympics, and then we see him when he is flying a plane, or at least involved in an aircraft of some sort, and then in the ocean. And lastly, for the last hour of the film pretty much, we see him in a POW camp. And it's very interesting to see how all three of these stages are progressed and see the state of this character transform as the film goes on and the different situations that he has to deal with and survive. It's really interesting to see how his morale eventually kind of shifts in a sense. That being said, I would have liked to see a little bit more of the transition from Olympic to wartime, because it shows him in the Olympics and then it goes right into the war times. It starts out with some flashbacks too, just to kind of balance the film and kind of build up to where it was going. But we never see him get his draft letter or have to go into the war. We just see him in the war. We don't. I kind of would like to see that transition and see how he personally dealt with it, as well as his family, which is featured a lot in the movie. But the film as a whole is a POW film because that's kind of where it mainly focuses the action on. That's where a lot of the trailer focuses on. And it really captures the essence of what a POW camp was. You just see these hundreds of prisoners all working, and if they do not work, they will be killed. And it's just the survival of the fittest type of thing. And it's very unfortunate, but you also get to see them kind of band together as well. I don't want to give away too much of the movie, but it's really neat to see these types of situations play out in this film. The film is also very realistic. We get to see really how these people are punished for things that they do. And I don't know how much of it is based on fact. This is based on a true story, so I don't know how accurate it is per se. But a lot of the things that this main character has to deal with and go through seem very realistic, and it's really nice to see a movie not kind of jump into the fantastic, but go more into the dark and really gritty stuff like blood and sometimes gore to a large extent in order to survive. So it's really neat to see that included in a film like this. My only other real issue is that it's a little bit long. It's about 2 hours, 20 minutes roughly, so it does kind of start to drag a tad. That being said, it did capture my attention for almost the entire film. It doesn't really slow down for very long, And it really kept my attention in that I wanted to see how this guy got out of this situation and if he survived at all. So it was really nice for me to see that. And then one thing that I always like for biopics to do is show what happens to the surviving characters after the events of the film, and it does that, and so that's really cool to see towards the end of the movie. But overall, I really did enjoy Unbroken. It's very gripping of a movie. It didn't really play on too much of the religious stuff, which I was really happy about. It touches on it here or there, but it doesn't really seem forced. It seems to really fit into the movie well. It makes sense that certain characters bring it up when they bring it up. It's not just like pushed down your throat like some other movies have done. And so I really did like that as a not really that religious person. But those are my thoughts on Unbroken. Let me know yours in the comments down below. I'd love to hear them. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe once again if you so choose. I'd appreciate it immensely. And as always, my people, my name is Nick Pell. And once again, keep on watching.